new job. And
Yeah,
it's at Virginia Tech. This came out of left field to me, but I'll be
not
honest with you.
really. This really didn't come out of left field. It seemed like once he got let go, it seemed inevitable that he was going to end up at Virginia Tech. But
see, I didn't know if it was going to be this quickly. I kind of like the fact that it was quick. It's in the season. He can start establishing his culture, start recruiting for NIL, which Penn State does do. It's not like he's afraid of NIL. I think he's a pretty good recruiter. I don't think James Franklin is the best coach in the world, but I think he's a pretty damn good college football coach. And I think in the ACC, which is, in my opinion, a very weak conference. I don't think Pittsburgh's any good. I know they were ranked before they lost to Notre Dame. I don't think they're any that impressive. I think Clemson's a dumpster fire who refuses to use the transfer portal. I think North Carolina is an absolute dumpster fire with Bill Belichick. Miami, I think, is good. We'll see. Obviously, they won't have Carson Beck. We'll see what they're like at the quarterback situation. I'm not saying he's going to win right away, but would it shock me in like 2-3 years if he takes the Lincoln Riley route or the Marcus Freeman route and just gets Virginia Tech to the playoff? No, I don't think he's going to have a lot of success once he gets there, but I do think to make the program relevant, this is a really good fit for him.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech has one of the best entrances in all college football with Enter Sandman. If he can get Lane Stadium to be like a difficult place to play, that's a huge win right there. Because
again, James Franklin is not the best college football coach in the world, but he did always have you guys, even though we all joked about it, and we said, well, they're never really a true contender. But for the most part, he always did have Penn State somewhere within the top 10 for most of the season in a very competitive Big Ten, with now the likes of Oregon and Ohio State and even Indiana this year. Penn State was ranked above them all to start the season.
Yeah, and Michigan.
And Michigan as well. And he did have a little success against Michigan, though not a lot. He did beat Ohio State a time or two as well. So, listen, now he's not going to be going up against those guys. Maybe he might struggle against Clemson if they ever get their act together. I doubt they will.
He might struggle a little against Florida State, but
again, I think James Franklin goes from he may have been the third or fourth best coach in his own conference, tied for first.
Yeah, I would agree. I think this is a great.
I think this is a great hire. I think all these Virginia Tech fans saying, oh my God, I can't wait to choke at the big game. Yeah, you probably will. You're not going to be as good as Alabama or hell, even Oklahoma. But look at Oklahoma for an example, right? When Brent Venables got there, we all thought, this defensive coordinator out of Clemson, how the hell is he going to recruit? What the hell? They let go of Lincoln Riley, and all of a sudden, look at Oklahoma. They're a powerhouse in the SEC.
Yes, they are. They've beaten Alabama 2 straight years.
And the other thing is, in college football, I would say even more so than the NFL, look at Urban Meyer, right? He was successful at not only Florida, but Ohio State as well. And he was obviously at Utah for a little bit. I think there is this sense of it. Nick Saban as well was at LSU and then Alabama. I think college football coaches generally, outside of Brian Kelly, it seems like, succeed better at their second job than their first.
Yeah. Well, Brian Kelly didn't really succeed too much at Notre Dame.
Well, that's what I just said. I didn't know if he was a head coach elsewhere other than Notre Dame before he got that job.
I want to say he was the head coach at Cincinnati, maybe.
You could be right. Again, I'm not deep in the archive as college football as you are. And I also think now with NIL, and we're seeing it this year, right? Texas A&M. I know we were texting back and forth on Saturday because Texas A&M was down 31-3 at halftime. They had the incident with the police officer, which still have no idea what that was about. And then they come back in this crazy comeback. But you're watching all these games, and it's like, man, I said it a couple of weeks ago. Outside of Ohio State, who I'm sorry, they look like the fastest team in college football. there's about 7 or 8 teams where any given Saturday they could win.
Yeah, Ohio State's going to destroy Rutgers on Saturday. That game's not even going to be fun to watch.
I mean, I've been saying it. The game we are all looking forward to is the game that's going to take place not on November 30th. It's not the big game. It's the week after. Even if they lose to Michigan, again, by the grace of God, on December 6th, Ohio State is very likely going to be number 1, and Indiana is very likely going to be number 2, and they're going to meet in the Big Ten Championship.
Well, not if Michigan beats Ohio State.
Well, if they lose to Michigan, I don't know. Would they put in Oregon over Ohio State? Oregon has 1 loss to Indiana.
I don't know. I truly don't know.
I would think Ohio State would get in over Oregon just based off. I don't know what the tiebreaker is in college football, though.
I'm not entirely sure. Conference record, maybe.
But, just back to James Franklin real quick. I don't know if he's going to have success right away, but I do think he's going to be successful. I think in the next 2-3 years, you will see him make the CFP.
It would not surprise me.